Because my screen's too far now.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Yes, it's Monday, August 10th, and welcome to another edition of the Force for Growth Show live, or as we're calling it now, Force for Growth live.
Yes. Yes.
So it's Monday. That means it's the word of the week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm excited about this one.
So, the word of the week is a word that we select every Monday morning on our 6 a.m. calls by pulling a Do 52 stick, and it's stamped with a verb. Do 52 is a simple but powerful toolkit that's designed by House of Shine to prompt us weekly to do things mindfully and to open ourselves up to new ideas. And today's word of the week is
Note.
note.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh.
And okay, so I have our definition here. So of note. So to notice or observe with care, to record or preserve in writing, to make special mention of or remark on, to indicate, to show. So note that I'm not seeing it here, but one Michelle read this morning was to note it linked perspective into it, but it was a way to look at things was also one, but note. Yeah, I'm musical. So my brain goes to, are you, in harmony? And, do you know your note for, this big symphony we're in? Are you playing your note or playing your part? But yeah, note.
Ooh.
What are you thinking?
I came with the thought that when we think about journaling, when I talk to people about journaling, people think that it has to be this long, drawn out paragraph or narrative that you have to fill out this big old page or 2 pages every single day to call it journaling. And you don't. It could be just a simple note about your day, a simple note about gratitude, a simple note about whatever it is, even if it's 1 line or 2 lines, that's still journaling.
Mm-hmm.
That's one
Yeah.
of the things that brought up for me this morning is I use my notes on my phone, the notes app on the phone. It's very handy. I use it for all kinds of things, but you can also search it. So that's another reason it's handy. But I created a creative thoughts folder in my notes app. And so when I'm walking, when I'm doing different things where creativity kind of comes, you know how you get ideas or thoughts that you want to act on later. And then if we don't jot it down, record it, we forget about it. So that's how I am keeping track of those things is on my notes on my phone.
I
Man,
love
that
that.
that just brought up to me, are you taking enough notes? Are you
Mm-hmm.
taking enough notes throughout your day? Do you have brilliant ideas throughout the day and then you forget about it because you don't have a notepad handy, the notes app handy? What's on your
Yeah.
front page of your phone? Is it all social media? Do you have anything on that front page readily available to take notes?
I personally keep about 4 or 5 of them. But yeah, so these are let me explain. But it's my way of chunking in that, so when I have an idea or a thought or, oh, I should do this or I need to get this done, I put it on my list. I don't call it my to-do list because I'm big with words. So that's a whole nother thing y'all can ask me about. I call it my to-done list. But basically I write it down on my list. So I have a notebook for my house. I have a notebook for like 2 for my job, excuse me, but I have like one for the apothecary. I have one for video ideas. So but to me, it took it to where I can take that ping pong ball out of my head, make note of it. And then when I want to work on that area of my life, I will go to that area of my life and look at my to-done list and see what I need to get done, not what I have to do, So, but yeah, notes. I write notes all day long and it keeps me sane.
They really do.
Yeah.
Because
Getting
the
it out
thought
of your head and onto paper.
ooh,
Yeah.
yes. Courtney, tell us about the brain dump.
The brain dump. Okay. Yes. So whenever I am overwhelmed, well, that's more this notebook, like 6 of them in front of me right now. Okay. That's more this one or my nice leather bound. So just creative ideas or tensions when I'm ending my day. Whenever I have a lot of energy bubbling up and I'm like, I don't know what to do, I will brain dump and I will just write and write and write and write and write. And sometimes it's 1 minute, sometimes it's like 30 minutes, and come to find out I'm really stressed, or my brain will then plug in and tell me the 35 things I need to do before noon, so I'm in a job where I have a lot of tiny tasks every single day, but that's also taught me how to look at my daily life and do the same thing. And it's just making note of it and then plugging in a time to do that and then doing what's on the list, but the brain dump magic. So you're doing the same thing, but you just get it out. And then, Kyle Cease talks a lot about unloading your suitcase. So if you think of it like a suitcase, if you unload it, you have room for other things, whatever that means to you. So if you're not getting it out, I believe you're not processing it. Because, if you leave it in your head, you might fall trapped to, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do this, or, I can't do that, I'm not capable. And those are all lies.
They are.
I've
Just out
had
of curiosity, Courtney, real quick, Michelle.
Okay,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Did you realize how many times you used the word note when you were talking about that?
How many? Was it a lot or a little?
It was about 3 or 4. But I don't know if it was just regular part conversation or because the word of the week is note. But I thought that was interesting.
There we go.
Michelle
Pun
Martini.
intended.
I was going to say, sometimes when I have a hard time going to sleep at night because my brain won't shut off, I've got that monkey mind going on. If I'll just get up for 5 minutes and just write the stuff that's going through it's the brain dump, and it gets it out, and then I'm able to lay back down and go back to sleep. So it's super helpful to do that.
Exactly. And if ever, which spoiler, this hardly is ever going to happen, if ever you need to go back to look at your list of worries, it's there for you. You don't have to hang on to it in your head. You don't have to remember the worry. You or you can roll it up in a piece of paper and throw it in the trash, because that's all it is. It's trashy thoughts that are trying to bring you down.
Michelle, you brought up something really good this morning. Writing a note to somebody.
Yes. So I learned that on using Brendan Burchard's planner for a little bit. And one of the daily things is to, do something nice or say something nice to someone. And so I started practicing that. I don't do it every day consistently, but when I do, I love it. And it's just, if someone pops into your mind that you're grateful for, or you miss, or whatever, or you just are proud of them, or, anything like that, if you'll just send them a text, send them a note, and let them know, it brightens their day and it brightens your day. And I'm trying to get better about, there's a reason that person or that situation pops into your mind. And so I'm trying to get better about it takes 5 seconds. Stop what you're doing, send them a text. I miss you. I love you. I hope you have a great day. I'm proud of you. And it just, it goes a long way. Just a 5-second little task goes a long way.
One thing that, to mention, this Friday on the 14th, we're interviewing the amazing Sean Murphy on his morning calls. Yes, you definitely want to tune in for that. Trust me. I'll leave it there. On his morning calls, so he'll tell us more about that, but he does every single day of the week, he'll do a morning call. But shortly after he started that, he started asking us to already have, and I don't log on every day, admittedly, but on the days you do, by the time 6:30 a.m. when you log on to the call, have you sent your 3 messages? You sent your 3 messages. And it's just 3 messages of gratitude. It can be 3 messages of I love you. It can be 3 I miss yous. It can be whatever. But have you sent your messages? And it starts an energy exchange of the day. And that's the best way to sum it up. And you get to pick how you get your energy going. So if you're on social media looking at politics, getting pissed, guess how your day is going to go. Whereas if you start the, positive energy just flow, guess how your day is going to go.
And the word that you said exchange, and you mentioned that on the call this morning too, is that when you do that, when you send someone that positive energy, most of the time they send some back. And so that exchange, that word, I think was key that you said.
Yeah. And to add to what you said, there's an unknown note. There's an unknown reason that you don't know yet as to why they might have popped in your head, where when you open that lines of communication or something, or, how many times you pick up the phone, called the friend, they're like, I've really been having a hard time. I need to talk to a friend today. They're popping it. So there's that benefit you get, the benefit you're giving out, but there's also that unknown source energy. You know, some of us call God, some call it universe, but there's another factor in that, listen to the whispers.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all gave all the warm and fuzzy stuff that made me feel all nice and warm inside. But let me just
Time
throw
for
this on here.
relentless Ricardo.
Let me
Yeah.
just say this. It is scientifically proven that when you express gratitude to other people, it makes you happier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of if you're not doing any gratitude, definitely start your gratitude journal and keep your gratitude to yourself. That's great. That's better than nothing. But it is scientifically proven that the next level, the next elevation, the next hierarchy in the gratitude chain is when you express it to somebody else.
Mhm.
Yes.
It makes them happier, and it makes you happier, and it makes you more grateful. Boom.
Yeah, mic drop.
Mic drop.
Good morning,
Really
Bobby.
Yes.
I
You
went.
know, one thing, Bobby, you are one person that I think I am grateful for. All of us. I
Mhm.
think all of us are
Yeah.
grateful.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
you always take the time to write us a note too.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
unintended.
So much gratitude, Bobby
Yes.
Cassio.
And she
And
offers
I have to
great little
apologize.
perspective twists. I love your perspective twist, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to apologize to her. For the longest time I was calling her Bobby Castillo. And Jesse was like, her name is not Bobby Castillo, right? I'm like, what? It's not. And then I had to log back in and look, oh, it's Bobby Cassio. So yeah, now I just think Casio watch. I remember my calculator Casio watch. Just
So
a
I'm-
side note that I had a side
Side
note
note.
that I
There you go.
had a calculator Casio watch when I was a teenager.
That's awesome.
You were cool.
Yes.
I was. It was a shit.
Okay, I'm reading another definition.
We were so good for so long. Thank you,
We
Ricardo.
were.
You did
Yeah.
great.
Read the other definition. Break it
Okay.
down.
Okay, so another definition for note, which you may have said, Courtney, but notice or pay particular attention to. So I like that. So when we were talking earlier about taking note, noticing the things around you, the blessings, notice the blessings, be where your feet are, that pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to how you're feeling. Take note of how you're feeling and the feedback that gives you too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
huge. I remember the days when I would be a zombie. That's what I refer to those days, where I did not take notice to my emotions, my feelings, or anything about what was going on. I would just stuff it down and ignore it
Yeah.
and not deal with it. And that made life not good.
Yeah. Just being a victim of the world. Like we could all be that, but at the same time, we've all gone through BS. So, like, just looking at it, yeah, zombie is the best way to put it. But yeah, that nothing would take me back to being a victim of the world, just kind of like letting the wind blow me where it goes. Like I will never go back to that. Like I will dictate it. I will add love. I will add passion. I will add all the good stuff. But like, I'm the captain. Sorry, no
Yeah.
ifs, ands, buts.
That was good.
And the feedback is the one that just like it's all feedback. It's all feedback. Good, bad. Like if you really sit with that, you let so much weight go. It's like all these lower issues just dissolve because you realize, oh, that's just feedback. And the fact that I'm still dwelling on it, I didn't do it right. Like just take note, edit. Take note, edit.
I like what you said, Courtney. So I have I'm not going to turn the camera because I've been told that makes people dizzy when I jerkily turn the camera around my room. But I have a huge Post-it note on my wall right here to my left. And it's got my affirmations. It's got some notes. And one of the things that I have on here says, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Yes. See, doesn't that just like make you want to get up and go do what you like want to do today? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. Yeah.
Yep. And I take this note up and down weekly. Like I'll tear this one down today and I'll put another one up today with different affirmations and different notes. And then I leave space to write notes throughout the week that are important, that need to be on my mind.
I really love that you do that because not only do you know when you make it at the beginning, like you just anticipate learning something that fuels you more. So whether it's by design, because you spend a lot of your time in personal development, like how can we not hear things every week to break through? But like just that you're already adding gratitude for the stuff you're going to learn that next levels you. Like, that's awesome. And it plays into the time and space principle of first you have to make time for it. First you have to make space for it. And then it happens. And yeah, that's a great example. I need to start doing that.
Such a great conversation. Comment below. Let us know what you're thinking about the word note. I just got so wrapped up, and I have a note right here that says, ask people to comment. And I ignored the note. So
don't ignore the note.
I shouldn't be ignoring that note. I should be inviting you guys into the conversation. But yeah, usually around halfway, I want to invite people, but here we are now. I'm inviting you to comment below. But either way, don't ignore the notes. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Final takeaways. Go ahead, Michelle.
I'm just going to throw out one of the, and you mentioned it earlier, but one of the other definitions is a particular quality or tone that reflects or expresses a mood or attitude. So that kind of goes back to what we were saying is pay attention to the feedback, pay attention to the emotions that are going through your body throughout the day, because that lets you know if you're on the right path or not. So that's my final thought.
Yeah.
Take note of your emotions to know if you're on your final path. That's
well, anyway, so Michelle's inspired this lesson of me, but she's one that when she tells a story about a lesson she's learned, especially in an intimate setting like our morning call, like you say it with such a grace, but like you just allow yourself to show up and then judge isn't the right word because that feels negative, but like just gauge and be aware of the situation, do your best in that moment. But where you teach us, or what I've learned from you, is like you'll mention like, oh, and that tension in my body started. So even though it's not something that's wrong, you have taught me at least how to feel in that moment where it does feel wrong to me though. But even though that's just not for Courtney right now though, but right. You've done that in explaining. So just you're a great example of that. And I feel like that's worthy of noting right now to everybody else.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The notes of gratitude, that's been on me all morning since it came up this morning. Express gratitude. Express gratitude. Shoot that person an instant message, a Facebook message. Express that gratitude, note that gratitude. Even if it's on the Facebook comment, just express that gratitude towards people if they're posting something. Don't just aimlessly scroll. Stop, see that post, appreciate that post, comment on the post, and express some gratitude for people taking the time to share a little piece of their life to you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it resonated with you.
Yeah. Tell them that. People don't hear that enough. Like, just tell them that. Like, this post brightened my day. Yeah. Be as honest and bold as you can.
Yes. Instead of just scrolling. Oh, that was nice. That is such a good note. Let me just keep scrolling. No. Take the time to express some gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. So I think we're fixing to wrap up. Comment below. If you're catching the replay, get engaged into the conversation of note. We'll be looking at the comments and responding to the comments as soon as we can. Yes. Remember to subscribe to the audio version. You can visit forceforgrowth.com for all the information to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And on Wednesday, me and Courtney will be back. But on Friday,
yes.
Oh, yes.
The amazing Sean Murphy will be here with us, and you just want to tune in. There's no other human like him that I've met quite yet.
No. I'm trying to describe him, and I should have thought about this before. And I'm like, what can I say about Sean Murphy? Energy. He's energy.
Yeah.
He's a ball of energy. So that will be Friday at 9:15 a.m. That's our new show time, 9:15 a.m. Oh, look at that. Even Bobby Cassio.
Yes. I guarantee you, whatever industry you're in, even if you aren't even in business, like whatever you do in life or want to do, if you tune in on Friday, you will learn something that will help you do it easier. Trust me.
Yes.
Yeah. And with more love on the way.
That dude is contagious.
He is.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not a word that I should be throwing around.
Be careful with that.
I can't be saying that nowadays.
I
But
haven't
yes.
met him yet, so I'm very excited about
Oh
Friday.
yeah.
I'm
Sean
excited for you
is
to meet him.
a force to be reckoned with, for sure. Yes. Then that's
Yes.
Friday, August 14th. And me and Courtney, the whole crew will be back on Friday.
Yeah.
And then me and Courtney will be here on Wednesday. So for all the information, links to our social media pages, links to our YouTube, links to all your favorite audio podcast apps, visit forceforgrowth.com.
Yay. Yeah.
Have a great day, everybody. And we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching.
My song didn't play. Bye.